Starving now. Alright guys, and we're back. So, is eating red meat bad for you? I don't know. So my hypothesis was that I think it will be, but in large amounts, or like if you're not eating a balanced diet. So I'm not suggesting that you guys should, you say, you have your whole plate here, not to like fill it like all up with like meat and like nothing for like your carbohydrates and nothing for vegetables. You obviously want to have a balance, but I think that it will have an effect in large amounts. So we know that meat is a good source of protein, and it's found in your cows, your pigs, your lamb, fish, and meat has protein, vitamins, and minerals. And red meat specifically, like in beef or in pork, those have iron and vitamin B12, as well as casein and leucine, but in smaller amounts. So let's go to the first. It's not a study; it's an article. So the first article, it's by NHS, and it's UK based. So in this article, they found that some meat is high in fat. For example, these meats that are high in saturated fat are your skirt steak, your strip steak, your ribeye, your bacon, your T-bone steak, your pork ribs, and your 55% ground beef. Yeah, well, it's basically more than half fat and another half is meat, so do the math there. And it showed that it can raise cholesterol levels in blood, and it can raise your risk of heart disease. But again, there's a correlation, but there is no causation. This is another study by Dr. Mark Hyman. So most meat eaters who participate in studies show harm from eating meat are also eating trash food. So most of these studies that are being made are not taking into account the fact that their subjects are eating like trash. These studies that are demonizing meat use subjects that are smokers, drink too much, eat way too much, like eat way too much sugar, and processed foods. They eat very little fruits and vegetables and don't exercise. That's why these studies are flawed because they don't take into account what the subjects are eating into their studies. That's why it was very hard for me to find some good evidence about beef, about red meat. Dr. Mark Hyman says, it will be impossible to perform an accurate study about meat. You would have to randomize people into whole foods, low glycemic, plant-rich diet with grass-fed beef or organic animal protein, and compare them to those on a high-quality vegan diet. That study has never been done. And he says that it would, in order to do that study, it would be about $100 million. I don't know if I'm too sure about that. That's a lot of money, but that's his guess, I guess. And in one study, however, they ate grass-fed beef, and these subjects relatively ate a healthy diet. They did not smoke, and they exercised, and they took vitamins. So this is already, the subjects are already kind of dwindled into the healthier category when tested. And scientists studied 11,000 people. So that's already a huge pool of people, which is important in a study. You don't want like a little bit of subjects. And you don't want the subjects eating trash food. And 57% of these 11,000 people were omnivores, which if you don't know what omnivores are like the average human. We eat meat and we eat vegetables as well. So you're eating your protein and your fibrous carbohydrate. And 43% of these vegetarians both were health conscious. So these were both health conscious individuals. So overall death rates in these individuals were cut in half, for the health conscious meat eaters and the vegetarians. So this is a point here that shows that that just being health conscious and of your portions and of the amount of meat that you eat can cut your overall death rate in half. And they weren't eating trash food as well. And for the meat eaters, there were no increased risk of heart disease, cancer, or death. Now, what about saturated fat, you might wonder? Can't saturated fat, it's bad for you. Well, the types of saturated fat that cause heart disease are stearic and palmitic acid. And these acids are not found in beef. And the quality of the fat matters as well. You don't want to be eating, McDonald's, Burger King, or a bunch of like unhealthy or processed foods, because that will increase your risk of heart disease and there have been studies here to increase your cancer risk as well. And these are the 5 rules that this doctor recommends for you. And we could discuss a little bit more about each of them. So his first rule, he says, is eat grass-fed beef. Yeah, if it's more natural, the better. They're not pumped with human growth hormone to make their muscles bigger. And so if it's more natural, so okay. And avoid all processed meat. The World Health Organization points that processed meat has been proven to cause cancer, disease, and illness. So it's a carcinogen. It can give you cancer. Examples of processed meats are, for example, those turkey that you buy at the store. The turkey that comes like pre-packaged, like already and pre-sliced. That's processed meat as well. Another example of processed meat is sausage. It's processed meat. Another example that can be processed meat is hamburger meat. And another one can be beef jerky. You have to check whether it's natural or not. But these have been proven to be carcinogenic to your body. Very dangerous. So if you'd like to eat, you know, like a turkey sandwich, I'd probably recommend more going to your supermarket and getting those pre-cooked chickens. It's already natural. Just tear off chicken breast, put in your sandwich, there you go. The way you prepare the meat is important as well. Or I found out that when you're cooking the meat, like for example chicken, fish, pork, beef, whatever, that it says that you don't want to char the meat too much, because that charred portion in and of itself can be carcinogenic. So, because it has hydrocarbons in there that are not good for the human body. So, you know, that tri-tip that you get smoked or cooked, those burnt ends that you really love and like at that barbecue place can be carcinogenic to you. It says, of course, eat vegetables. Who would have guessed? You know, you wanna have that, eat vegetables so you can get that fiber, and some vegetables do come with carbohydrates and proteins as well. But you want to have those micronutrients for your body as well, and that fiber to really push out all, you know, that poo just out of there smoothly. You don't want to get constipated. It's annoying if you do. And he says to eat Pegan. So Pegan, he's kind of doing a play on words in a sense, where he's combining eat paleo and eat vegan. So if you guys don't know what paleo is, a Paleolithic diet is a diet in which a person consumes foods that were in the Paleolithic era. So these are foods that would be like natural in the habitat. So you wouldn't eat like processed foods or anything. It would be like eggs, it would be chicken, it'd be beef, it'd be salads, it would be anything that was grown and walked, that was naturally made in nature that you can eat. Okay? Not the processed stuff, not the man-made stuff, none of that. None of that. Not even ice cream, because that wasn't made in the Paleolithic area, in the caveman era. So not even desserts, some desserts, not even. Now the vegan, if you guys don't know what vegan is a tier above vegetarian. So if you're the type of person who's vegetarian and you want to take it a notch higher, go vegan. What vegan is, it's basically you only eat vegetable products and wait. Not just vegetable products, but you don't even eat any animal-based products at all, like zilch, none. So those, let's say you're having some protein powders, milk in there, can't have that, because you want to go vegan diet. That cake that you want, can't have that, it's vegan. You're going vegan, so you can't have no milk, no eggs, no beef, obviously, nothing that's from an animal or animal product based, as well as just eating the vegetables. You just eat vegetables and fruits, basically, for a vegan. And yeah, guys, that is all for my thoughts in of eating red meat. So my take on this is that with proper portion sizes and with a proper meal, you know, having a balanced diet can really help you if you would like to eat red meat. And to make sure, you know, as long as you don't like burn it, because it wouldn't taste good and it would be carcinogenic, then you can have meat, but again, balanced with your vegetables and fruits and carbohydrates. Alright guys, if you like this video, subscribe down below and put a comment down below and let me know what you thought about the video, and give me your thoughts on what the next video should possibly be. And don't forget to hit that like button and share this video. Alright guys, till the next one.